What if the most dangerous man isn't the one outside, but the one already locked behind bars? What if the orders never stopped? And what if the man speaking out is now suddenly gone? Tonight, we're breaking down the final, chilling warnings from Gene Deal, the former insider who claims he was targeted by none other than Sean Diddy Combs.
Man, I feel good, man. I feel good way before the sentencing, and I'm gonna feel good way after it. You know what I'm saying? That the sentencing don't have anything to do with how I feel. It just goes me to show, that tells me when God puts you in a position and puts you in a place to be involved in something, his word ain't.
He claimed that somebody held a knife to his throat. He woke up and this guy basically had him, and he had the knife, and Diddy was at this person's mercy. Now, it's unclear what exactly happened from there. Was there a guard that came in? Did Diddy somehow fight this person off? Well, seems unlikely that happened. Or did the person just leave? Bottom line, this guy, at least according to people close to Diddy and Diddy himself, could have hurt him badly or even take.
For decades, Gene Deal wasn't just watching from the outside. He was inside the machine. A former bodyguard and security insider, Deal spent years around Sean Diddy Combs, witnessing what he now calls the truth nobody was supposed to hear. But everything changed when another insider stepped forward, Roger Bonds. Bonds wasn't just security. He controlled access. He saw everything. And his claim? He was ordered to harm Gene Deal.
Shit, I can't. He did a whole lot of people. And now he's paying for it. So all these cats, I guess y'all get y'all visitation rights. Some of y'all can get y'all conjugal visits right with them.
This isn't internet gossip. This is a former head of security saying he was told directly to handle Deal for speaking out. And Gene Deal? He didn't go quiet. He got louder, but also more afraid. I fear for my life. That's not speculation. That's a warning.
You to engage in all these freak-offs with him, and he sounds really pissed off.
Hey, I really don't know what's going on with you, but I just want to just give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me? I'm not going to be playing these games with you at all, at all. So I don't know, you think you silent treating me, and you think I'm going to be, nah. You'll have a rude.
Then comes the moment that changes everything. August 14th, 1999. Gene Deal claims 5 guns were pointed at his head. At the time, he didn't know why. But years later, after Roger Bond spoke out, Deal says the dots finally connected. What if that wasn't random? What if that was the first attempt?
Prosecutors, on the other hand, said Diddy was not sorry and that his apology was phony and that there was some serious harm done to the victims of this case. Like you said, they wanted a sentence of at least 11 years. Ultimately, we know a sentence has now been shared with the court of 4 years behind bars.
Fast forward to May 28th, 2025, outside a federal courthouse. During Diddy's trial, a YouTuber confronts Gene Deal, provokes him, follows him, pushes and pushes, until things turn physical. No clear footage, conflicting stories. But Deal believes something darker. It may have been a setup, a trap to get him arrested, silenced, or removed from the narrative.
Now, that may sound crazy, but I'm going to read you something from their brief. Listen to this. They say, freak-offs and hotel nights were highly choreographed performances involving the use of costumes, role play, and staged lighting, which were filmed so Combs and his girlfriends could watch this amateur pornography later.
Here's where it gets unsettling. Sean Diddy Combs is currently incarcerated, sentenced October 2025, 50 months in prison. Expected release April 2028. But prosecutors claim he used other inmates' phone accounts, made unmonitored calls, attempted to influence witnesses. These are allegations, not convictions, but they were serious enough to be written into federal filings. So, the question becomes, is he really cut off? or still pulling strings.
Talk, tick tock. The clock is ticking on Diddy because on Friday he finds out what his sentence is going to be. But today he found out what prosecutors would like that sentence to be, and it is vastly different from what his attorneys have suggested to the judge. Prosecutors want him to do 11 years, just over 11.
Now comes the most dangerous twist. Diddy's legal team is fighting back. Their argument? The acts at the center of his conviction were actually protected expression under the First Amendment. If they win, the sentence doesn't shrink. It disappears. And if that happens, he could walk free years early.
Freed were in the unit that was one floor above mine. So in terms of like the setting, it's a fairly decent chance that the room I'm describing is similar to where Diddy is. Yeah.
But this story isn't just about one case. In October 2024, attorney Tony Buzbee announced something shocking. 120 individuals with claims against Diddy. Some claims date back decades. Some involve minors. These are allegations, not all tested in court, but the scale changes everything.
Out in front of this and, tried to persuade Netflix not to come forward with it. I think it's an interesting argument because what they're claiming is, Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, has had a long-standing, animosity against Diddy and sort of vice versa. And because he's at the helm, they're arguing this can't be taken seriously. This should sort of be seen as propaganda. And one of the things that Netflix hit back with was, yes, he's the executive producer. He doesn't necessarily have creative control. And that
in what many are calling his final interview, Gene Deal didn't sound polished. He sounded done hiding. He talked about survival, about using illness, even diabetes, as a way to escape the system. He says he has protection. He says he's not afraid. But then, he admits something else. Survival is not safety.
That he has, with others, and just because no one else has been charged, which normally in a RICO case, you would have others charged. It was a statute that designed to get mob bosses, trying to get at criminal behavior that's like a web of criminal behavior that you can't necessarily prove like the one thing or the statute of limitations expired on the other thing, but you're just showing this bad guy who's operating what's clearly an enterprise that over and over engages in criminal problems or criminal.
Let's put it all together. A former security chief claims he was ordered to harm him. A past incident involving guns, a courthouse confrontation that may have been staged, a powerful figure accused of influence, even behind bars, and an appeal that could change everything. This isn't just a story. It's a pattern. And patterns don't lie.
Well, at this point, we've all probably heard about these infamous parties. Diddy's assistant now giving us details about what he says were called Wild King.
So now the question isn't what already happened. The question is, what happens next? And more importantly, will Gene Deal still be here to tell it? If you want the truth behind stories they don't want you to hear, subscribe now. Because this story is far from over.
You already know I gotta get your take on it, man. Diddy, he got 50 months in prison. How you feeling about it, man?
Well, since this is going to be my last Art of the Dialogue interview, and the Diddy trial and the Diddy saga is over, like the Gene Deal story ain't big as the Diddy trial,